Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome to Wizards News. It is that time again for the weekly news. Unfortunately, I'm talking to you from the past, so I don't know what has happened because I am currently in the UK, hopefully playing the game, but we'll find out. So to make sure you get the latest and most up-to-date news in the wizarding world, I have invited Mike and Britt from The Wizard's Guide to come over and give the news this week. And definitely take a look at their channel. They have an amazing amount of content over there and doing a phenomenal job. So without further ado, I'm going to take it over to them.
James, thank you so much for letting us cross your channel this week. Were we your first pick? Because I don't feel like maybe that was a wise decision. I wouldn't let us be on our channel unsupervised, but here we are.
All right, guys, let's get into it. The biggest news of this week has to come straight from WB Games. We got a newsletter.
So there's been already emails that have been sent out in the past to Australian users, you know, with the screw up email thing, and to New Zealand players, but this is our first, like, everybody gets an email, you get an email, you get an email. So if you had signed up for those email updates like 2 years ago, then this is the first one that you're probably getting unless you're in Australia or New Zealand. Okay, so let's take a little look-see at this email. Fellow Wizard, on behalf of the Ministry of Magic, we're pleased to officially welcome you to the Statute of Secrecy Task Force. Well, thank you. Thank you. I feel officially welcomed now 2 years later. Thank you for volunteering. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Undoubtedly, you have heard about the unfortunate situation the wizarding world finds itself in. Traces of magic are appearing all across the Muggle world without warning and in a rather chaotic manner, putting our very existence at risk of exposure. That is super
terrifying,
freaking melodramatic. Like, it's been 2 years since I signed up for this dang task force, and like, we just jumped in head freaking first.
Just throwing us straight to the deep end.
Luckily, Muggles have not yet Muggles have not cottoned on. Is that a typo?
Cottoned on?
Not yet caught on?
Okay, hold on. We gotta look this up.
Look at that. It's the first.
It's coming up?
Yeah, it came up in my Google thing. Cotton on. Phrasal verb. Is that how you say that? If you cotton on to something, you understand it or realize it, especially without people telling you about it.
So caught on.
That sounds like something people would say in the South.
I feel like it would be something your family would say, and I would be like, what are y'all saying? It's caught on.
Like, as a teenager, my mom would be like, I cotton on to what you've been doing, drinking up there behind the bleachers. Whoa. I didn't drink behind the bleachers.
That was real. That was a real incident, wasn't it?
I didn't drink behind the bleachers. Forget it. They didn't catch on yet. But it is only a matter of time, surely. Owls carrying reports are coming in daily. We received 3 dozen just this morning. As the number of incidents rise, it becomes ever more imperative that we enlist as many volunteers as possible. So please do spread the word. It's time for witches and wizards everywhere, every single one of us, to stand together. Wizards unite!
Yes!
We need the Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Don't do that again. Well, that is like I understand they're asking for volunteers, but like, if our entire freaking world is at risk, is this really a volunteer opportunity, or is this more like we're being voluntold? They end here with yours sincerely, the Statute of Secrecy Task Force. So they can voluntold you to do something, but they put in yours sincerely. So I feel like we're solid. It's like when I say, like, with all due respect, like Ricky Bobby, with all due respect, and I do mean all due respect, and then I can say whatever I want. Or in the South, we get, bless her heart, and then you say whatever you want. So there you go. That's your newsletter.
That's your newsletter. The only other thing that's important in this newsletter is that we do see the threat level increase by 1 level.
I mean, based on the urgency of the email, I feel like we should have ended up in the red like a minute ago.
Yeah, what's going to happen when it gets to the red is what I'm curious about.
We're going to blow up.
So, positive, We received communication from WB Games.
Thank you.
That's
for
great.
that.
After
That's
2 years.
super. Also this week, if you have a Samsung phone, then you probably already know this. I have a Samsung phone, so does he. This fella right here, non-Apple guy, wouldn't marry him if he was. If you have a Samsung phone, then you know that there's like a special new fancy boutique store app in your phone.
Samsung has created its own store, the Samsung Store. And guess what one of the featured banner rotators is in that store?
I think I know.
What?
Wizards Unite.
That is correct. Oh my goodness.
Who
That's
would
right.
have guessed it?
So you can go onto this store and you can pre-order this game in the Samsung Store. What's happening here? So the only thing that I could see as a possibility for this is that maybe, just maybe, we get a Samsung exclusive early access window. So we've had region-specific early access windows, but I could really see this being a possibility of Samsung having early access to this game before anybody else. This could be a very big deal for Samsung users. If you have a Samsung phone, please go into your Samsung folder.
Pull it out right now. Pause the video. Pull it out.
And go into your Samsung folder. You'll find the Samsung Store. Open that up, flip through the banner rotators, and you'll see Wizards Unite there, and pre-order this game. You may be able to play it before everybody else.
But if you can't, then don't blame James's channel. No. Blame James. Don't blame us.
That was, this was, James sent us that note. That was James.
James said you will get to do it early.
Yeah.
So if you can't, it's his fault.
guaranteed from Wizards News.
Guaranteed going to get kicked off in James's
That's right.
channel.
We're never going to be asked to guess this again. Now, the last thing we want to highlight is something that isn't really new news, but it's something that I want to highlight because it's great and it's constantly being updated. That is JibsEntertainment.com. They have a mobile section in there with a ton of Harry Potter Wizards Unite content. One of the key sections in there, though, is the tips and FAQs section. It has a ton of awesome things that you can go through if you're trying to figure out how to do potions, if you're trying to figure out how to battle fortresses, if you're trying to figure out what profession to choose. A ton of information in there, so go check it out. And while you're browsing through there, there's some really cool infographics that
I like infographics.
you know, there's a paragraph of
I'm
text.
a visual learner.
Paragraph of text and then boom, infographic, and you're like, that's all I needed right there. Boom. So those infographics are created by Orange Wizard 2019. So go check out that Instagram and go check out Jibs Entertainment for really cool information while we are gearing up for a full release of Wizards Unite.
Well, guys, that's all the information that we've got for you guys this week. James will be back next week. I'm sure you guys will all appreciate that, that the B team is going back to our channel.
That's right.
If you want to check us out, if you want to hang out with us more, you can find us at The Wizards Guide at all the social medias.
We're everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Well, of course, YouTube. I say that. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, The Wizards Guide, and of course...
Or at our house. Just come hang out with us.
Yep. So James, we really appreciate you letting us take over your channel. We hope you're having a great time in the UK.
Oh, also make sure that you hit the bell and the sub button on James's channel because there's a lot better content coming. I promise we're not the regulars. We're just the B team.
Just the B
A team is coming back.
Yes.
He's super duper.
That's right. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. And you'll see James on the next one.